Good morning, grand rising, and welcome to your tomorrow that God granted to you because He kept you through the night. A sensational, spectacular, and superb Saturday to y'all. Woo! Yes, God. Welcome to AM with Kim, y'all. Oh, it is good to be in the land of the living one more time. Thank you, God. Thank you for the sun, the S-O-N, that allowed the sun, the S-U-N, to shine this morning. And I hope it's shining brightly on your face and in your heart. Good God. Oh, it's a good day. It is a great day. I hope you rested well last night. I hope you had a good Friday evening and you ain't turned up too much. And I hope you did whatever you needed to do. You rested, you ate something good, and then you got up today and you are grateful and thankful and ready to run on to see what your Saturday will be. Thank you for coming back around to my regulars. And for those of you who are new on this journey, welcome aboard. This is my platform. I call it a piece of my purpose, a corner of my calling. And it is where I let God use me whatever way He can so that I can get a message and spread some love and some hope to His people. So here I am being obedient and doing my best to encourage you while I encourage myself. So welcome to AM with Kim. This is my morning motivation. And yeah, I'm moving slow this morning, but thank the Lord I'm moving. I moved slow intentionally, not because I don't feel well or whatever else. I decided that I was going to move slow today. Didn't have choir rehearsal today, and I had an appointment that I canceled at 10 o'clock because it can wait until next week. I just wanted to move at my own pace this morning. So I'm hopefully, because it's 11:06, I'm hoping to get this up before 12 o'clock. So this is not morning motivation. This is afternoon inspiration, morning motivation to carry you to your afternoon inspiration. So this is gonna be brunch, y'all. So I ain't gonna say grab what you're sipping on, chewing on, because maybe you have eaten already, or it's Saturday and maybe you eat one of them grandma style breakfasts, or you brunching with the girls or the guys, or you just lazying back like me and you just moving at your own pace because that's your business and you can do that. Whatever it is you're doing this morning, thank you for coming and sitting with me for a minute. I'm gonna try not to hold you long, but I always say, Holy Spirit, have your way. And this is what I do. And so I'm in the business of inspiring and giving hope and spreading love and having a message. And sometimes my messages are long. And that's okay too. So sit with me while you want to, and if you don't, come back later on or whatever. The beauty of it is this is there for you to check out whenever you want to. So sit with me for a few, and then I'm gonna let you go about your day, and then at the end I'm gonna give you a little bit of information. So whatever you're doing, sit back, relax, put your feet up, turn your volume up. Sit with me for a minute and I'm going to share a little bit of nuggets of wisdom for you. If you did, I was silly last night, y'all, and I'm still laughing. If you didn't catch the Friday funnies, go watch them, because I tickled the mess out of myself. Do you hear me? I laughed out loud a couple times. So if you ain't check them out last night, go check them out, because they were funny. They were funny to me. So nevertheless, let's jump into this morning, so that I can get this up before noon. That's my goal. All right, y'all. So here we go. The morning motivation reads, the same lesson will appear in different forms until you learn to respond differently. The same lesson will appear in different forms until you learn to respond differently. Until I learn to respond differently. Until we learn to respond differently. These things are going to happen. They're going to happen, and they don't happen as a punishment, but as an opportunity for growth. They happen so that as you are evolving, you're transforming, you're evolving, and you're becoming. You can't have that process until you face some of these things that keep showing up. If these things keep showing up and keep showing up and keep showing up, it's time for you to stop and say, wait a minute, hold on. This keeps happening. This keeps showing up. This keeps showing up. And it might show up in different forms. It might show up through a person. It might show up through something on your job. It might show up through a circumstance that you find yourself in. Whatever that thing is that cause, that root. You got to get to the root to figure out, why is this still showing up? Why is this still showing up? And I'm going to be 110% transparent. Outside of my ex-husband, the guys that I've dealt with, they had some connection to some daddy issues. And it was repeating patterns. And I was sat one day and I was thinking, I was like, golly, all of these dudes, I mean, you know, they all had similar things, and they all had, it all circled back to the same stuff. And it was tied into the stuff that I was carrying from my daddy issues. So you got to look at some stuff and figure out, what is this? So the first thing to do when the same things keep showing up is to recognize the pattern. What is the pattern here? If you get into a relationship and all your relationships end the same way, here's the charge that I'm having to you. The common denominator is you. Because if you're in multiple relationships with different people, that means they're different. And it all ends the same way. Come on, you got to go back and say, what am I? Whoa, wait a minute. What's going on with me? Because these same patterns keep showing up. And we blame us about, he wasn't no good. He wasn't this. Or she wasn't no good. She was a mess. Blah, 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 blah. But he a mess. He a mess. He a mess. She a mess. She a mess. She a mess. Everybody can't be a mess, and you great. What are you doing to contribute to the pattern? And it requires, that's where that wilderness work comes in. I call it the wilderness work. It is wilderness work. That's when you got to sit down. You got to be quiet. You got to tune out the distractions of the world and be introspective and say, wait a minute, Kim. Wait a minute, self. What is this? This stuff keeps showing up for a reason. And it's not going to change. The same lesson going to keep showing up until you respond differently. So why is this thing, this same stuff showing up? And then you start processing it. Like, okay, you start recognizing, okay, I'm drawn to toxic people. Why? I'm drawn to, or I run before I let somebody run from me. Why? I am verbally abusive because that's who I am. Why? I am physically abusive because that's who I am. Why? And those why, the answer to your why is the beginning to your healing. And you cannot heal if you don't believe you're hurt. You cannot heal if you don't recognize the patterns. So once you recognize, whoa, wait a minute, there's a pattern here. Then you start your transformation. And then the evolution comes as you start to tackle it. And then your next step is shift your perspective. Shift your perspective. Don't ask, why is this happening to me? Ask, what do I need to do differently so that this doesn't happen to me? What do I need to do differently so that I don't keep doing these things? Because it ain't always stuff happening to us. It's stuff, us doing stuff. So what do I need to do differently so that I don't keep recycling the same mess? Recycling the same mess. What am I doing? And again, that requires reflection. That requires facing those shadows. And your shadows are not fun. They are not friendly. They don't feel good. But if you face them and you really are intentional about doing the work to heal and to be better, if you face them, you don't have to face them again. If you face them head on in your wilderness work, you don't have to face them again. But if you sweep them under the rug, oh yeah, I ain't got no problem, it's them. Yeah, you do. Yes, you do. And until you really dig in and get to your work, you're going to keep recycling the pattern. And if you don't change your mindset, stop having the woe is me mindset. Stop having the, like, why me? Why not you? Why is it you? Answer that question and do your work. And wilderness work requires isolation. It requires quiet time. It requires filtering out the distractions. It requires putting that daggone phone down and sitting quietly before the Lord, opening your word, getting you some word in you, and then sitting quietly so that you can hear after you have prayed and after you have studied and after you have done your introspection. Then you sit still and you wait to see what the Holy Spirit puts into your being to say, hey, move to the left or move to the right or keep on going this way or adjust. And that's how you start to really dig up those roots. Because if the roots are real deep and the roots are bad, you got to start digging it up. And so when you start recognizing that pattern, you're starting to pull up the roots. You know, you got the weeds that's growing around, and you start digging up the roots. And then you change your perspective. Okay, what is it that I need to do? How is it that I need to respond differently? What is it that I need to change in my life? What is it that I need to change in my attitude? What is it that I need to change in the people that I have around me? Because guess what? If you have the wrong kind of people around you, trying to do right with the wrong people around you, you still walking in place. You still walking in place. Sometimes you got to get from amongst them. You got to separate, isolate so that you can elevate. And you can't do that with distractions and mess. And you can't do that until you are really going deep within your heart and your mind and trying to figure out, what am I doing here? What am I doing here? And once you start answering the whys and the whats, your transformation keeps happening. Your evolution keeps happening. And you are becoming. I don't think we ever become, but I think through our evolution, our transformation and our evolution, we are becoming who we should be. We are becoming our higher selves. We are elevating. We're coming from the muck and the mire and the low vibration to the highest vibration that we can be as individuals. You can't reach your high vibration with all of the mess and not dealing with the stuff that you're carrying. If you don't want to unpack that baggage, you're not going to elevate. You're not going to rise. Until you deal with the baggage, you're not going to rise. And then the third step, develop self-awareness. Who am I? What do I stand for? What do I want in life? Am I willing to sacrifice? What am I willing to sacrifice to move to the next level? What do I need to change in me as a person? What do I need to change in the people that I'm surrounded with? What do I need to change in my environment? What do I need to change in the things that I say? What do I need to change in the things that I do? What do I need to change in every aspect of my life? What am I doing that needs an adjustment? Because we all need an adjustment. I love to go to chiropractor every now and then because my back gets out of whack, and I go and he adjusts me and crack, and get that neck crack. I'm like, oh, and it sounds terrible. I'm like, oh, it sounds like it hurts, but it doesn't. But you're getting adjusted. You're getting realigned. I'm like, okay, I leave out the chiropractor. I'm like, oh, I got me a new swag. I feel better. My back ain't hurt no more. My neck ain't hurt no more because I got adjusted. Because I adjusted my awareness. I adjusted what I need to do. So sometimes you got to do some adjustment. And when you think you all that, go back and sit back at the table again and be introspective. Because even in my evolution, even in my growing, even in my becoming, I'm still revisiting. Okay, God, what else? Is there something else? You know, or something might happen. I respond to it. I'm like, okay, God, I thought I had dealt with that. What do I need to do? Let me, go back and revisit this thing. You're always constantly revisiting. That's called self-awareness. Where am I getting it right? And you're getting it right in those areas. Keep functioning, keep doing, keep moving forward in those areas. But I ain't quite right here. What do I need to do to get back over here to the left, to get back over to the good column, the pros and the cons? And then you might be in the middle here. You between the pros and the cons. What do I need to do to get back over here in the pros? Because you don't need no cons over here. You're going to have some cons, but your pros should outweigh your cons. And so whatever that thing is that comes back up, figure out the pattern. Shift the perspective. And then develop within you a way in which you're going to go forward and make a better change. Make a transition. Make a shift. So that you can, again, keep pulling up that root. Because if the root ain't good, you want to pull that joker all the way up. And then 4, choose a new response. Choose a new response. Because if you always responding negatively, you're going to always get negative results. If you're always responding with the woe is me attitude and everybody else is wrong and ain't nobody wrong but you, everybody else wrong but you need to change your response. If you quick to open your mouth and say something, practice counting to 100. I tell my students all the time, before you respond, count to 10. But I'm saying some of y'all need to count to 100, 5,000. Before you respond to that text that got you off, close it away, put it away. Because we naturally, them thumbs get to going, your head get to swinging. It don't make sense because what you say, you can't take it back. So be prudent, be wise. Take a minute and be reflective and figure out what is my response. And if your response is always, gotcha, I gotcha, or I'm going to get back at you, or clap back, sit down somewhere and fix yourself. Sometimes you don't even need to respond. And that is your response. But figure out how to respond. What is the best way to respond that is counterproductive to what you're used to doing? Because you can't change that pattern if you keep doing the same thing. So how do I need to respond in this so that it's counter from what I normally do? And if you normally popping off at your mouth and you cussing people out, then you keep your mouth shut. Or you choose words that are edifying and that are soft. A soft answer turns away wrath. Sometimes you got to give it a minute before you even say anything. You just got to retreat. And like, you know what? I'm going to ponder this. I'm going to pray on this. I'm going to sit on this for a minute. And then ask yourself, how does this make me feel? Why did this make me feel like that? Because then you're going back to that root. And how is it that I always respond? Analyzing, okay. And then, well, how am I going to do this differently? Because I don't want to feel the same way I've been feeling with all of this stuff before. I'm going to respond differently. And that requires you to sit down on it for a minute. That requires you to keep your mouth shut for a minute. That requires you to put a pause in there for a minute. And if you're one of the people that always talk, stop talking so much and listen. Stop talking so much and listen. If you're one of them people, put a practice in it this week. If you always the one talking, when you get with somebody and you get into conversation, put a timer on it and keep your mouth shut for 3 minutes. And you're going to find, ooh, this is hard because I'm usually running my mouth. I usually have something to say. Because that's how you learn to be an empathetic listener. You listen to people and you're processing it. Not processing it to respond, but processing it to hear it, to feel it. And then once you've processed it to hear it and feel it, then you can respond. Not reactionary, but with empathy. Oh, okay, now I hear you because I took time to listen and not speak. And then finally, breaking the cycle. When you pull that last weed, when you decide, you know what, I'll be doggone if I'm going to keep these generational curses going. Because you can stop it. If you pass down, if that stuff has been passed down, your daddy did it and your granddaddy did it, you can stop it. If your mama did it and your grandmama did it, you can stop it. We have got to break the cycles in order to evolve and to become who God said that we are to become. Just because they did it like that don't mean you have to do it like that. Just because that's what you have known all your life, I get it. Now you got to unlearn some stuff. You unlearn some stuff in your wilderness work, in your quiet time, in your isolation, in your God time, in your prayer, in your fasting, in the shifting of all areas of your life. Hey, you got to do some spring cleaning. And then once you pull up that final root, you discard it. Because now you've broken the cycle. And now you've grown. Now you've evolved. And you're becoming who God said you're to become. Just because that's how they did it. That's just because my mother did it that way doesn't mean I need to do it this way. Just because that's how our family does it doesn't mean that's how I got to do it. And if you're one of them people that say, well, that's just how I am. No, that's how you choose. So if how I am isn't peaceful and gentle and kind and loving and honoring to God, then I need you to fix this, just who I am, because it ain't working. Break the cycle. Break the cycle. And you can only break the cycle. You can only grow and transform and evolve and become your best self when you're really willing to face your mess head on. And you're going to cry. You're going to be angry. You're going to be mad. You're going to be a whole lot of those feelings. But as you process and you unpack and you release, you grow and you glow and you evolve and you just keep getting to a higher vibration and a higher vibration. And once you get to a higher vibration, you're not going to allow low vibration to infiltrate your space, your energy. Because you done bossed up. You done bossed up, you done grown, you done worked through your wilderness, and you done gotten to your promised land, or you right at your promised land. You're not going to let nobody mess that up. No, ma'am, no, sir. No, you're not. So you keep doing the work. And it's an everyday thing. You keep doing your work. But if you really are intentional about doing your work and you're investing in yourself and you're allowing God to work in and through you, and you're listening and you're trusting him and you're being obedient to what he says for you to do and not to do, and you're walking that walk and you're fighting that fight every day, you ain't doing nothing but walking into greatness. To walking into your greatest self. You're becoming your greatest self, and you're walking into the abundance and the greatness and the favor and all of the things that you want to manifest because you're doing your work. So that's it. That's all, y'all. We're going to break these patterns. We're going to break these cycles because we're going to change the narrative by how we change our perspective and how we tackle and deal with our mess. Because we all have mess. If you think you don't have no mess, you lying. You lying to yourself. Go get on somebody's couch. You lying. You do. But the beauty of it all is when you're really ready to be your best self, you're going to strap up them boots. You're going to roll up them sleeves. You're going to get that towel because you're going to need it to wipe your tears. But you're going to hold on to God's unchanging hand and trust his leading and guiding for you, and do your work and watch him blow your mind. Watch him blow your mind. Oh my God, he will blow your mind. He will make you new. He will make you new. He will make you whole. He will heal the holes in your heart. He will mend the tears in your spirit. He will plug up. He will seal up. And he will give you a new perspective. And you'll have a new swag, a new talk, a new walk. And people are going to be looking at you like, wow. Or you might have some people looking like, she thinks she all that. He thinks he all that. Yeah, I do. Because God said I am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Walk in the greatness that God has for you. But you can't get to your greatness until you tackle the mess. That's it. That's all, y'all. That's my morning motivation. That's my brunch. My brunch. Crunch on it at brunch. All right now. Yes, indeed. So go and be great today. Have a spectacular, sensational, superb Saturday. Do whatever it is you want to do or not do. Let the Lord use you in every way possible. Go and be great and be good to somebody today. Be gracious, be kind, extend a helping hand, do a good deed, and all of those things don't cost you any money. They only cost you a little bit of time and compassion. So everybody, be good to somebody today. Be the reason why somebody smiles today. And when you're being good to everybody else, please do not forget to be good to yourself, because you cannot pour from an empty cup. And if you're not good to yourself, you can't be good to anybody else. And speak life over yourself every day. And then speak life over everybody that you encounter. And then spread love in whatever way, shape, or form, in any facet that you can throughout your day. And then be willing to accept genuinely the love that people want to extend to you. And then just be your best self. Try to be today better than you were yesterday. All right? And just be good. Be good to yourself. Give yourself grace. And connect with God. and let him lead you and guide you and direct your paths, because it's going to be good when you do that. It's going to be well with your soul. So before I leave you, don't forget to check out PM with Kim. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm giving you my Saturday charge, because the Saturday, in lieu of the Saturday sermon, that I'm dropping part 3 of my testimony tonight, and is the last part, and I'm telling you, you don't want to miss this one. This is the cherry on the sundae, the sprinkles on the cupcake, the icing on the cake. This one gonna have you talking. This is gonna have you thinking. It's gonna have you believing, I hope, in the wonder of our God, who does exceedingly abundantly above all that we can ask or think. Watch it. Part 3 tonight's the last part of my testimony. And if you didn't see part 1 or part 2, don't watch part 3 until you see part 1. It's listed in my videos. It says my testimony part 1, my testimony part 2. And then tonight, I'm going to drop it around 7:30, 8 o'clock. My testimony part 3 with the exclamation. So I'm saying to you right now, because I usually do it at the end of my Saturday sermonette, but I'm dropping the video. Get up tomorrow and get into somebody's church. Get up out of Bedside Baptist and go to somebody's church tomorrow, the building, the edifice. Go in there and get you a word. Go in there and get connected back up with the people. Go in there and give God his due. And if you're able to get up and move. If you're not able to get out and you want to stream, that's quite all right. But get up. If you're able to get up and move and take care of yourself, get up and put some clothes on and honor God and sit up and give him his praise. And then go and get busy using your gifts and your talents, honoring God, and he will honor you. You have a responsibility to give him your 10th, your time, and your talents. And when you honor him, he honors you. So go to somebody's church tomorrow. And if you don't have a church, I'm plugging mine. Delaware Avenue Baptist Church, 1301 V Street, Southeast Washington, D.C., under the leadership of Reverend Roy J. Holbrook. Come on out if you can. 10:45 is our service. If you can't, you can stream us on at DABC of Washington, D.C. Again, at DABC of Washington, D.C. on YouTube. But if you can come on out. You won't be sad. But if you don't come see us, go see somebody. Because when you walk out your door, you're going to pass 15 churches. Pick one. Get in there. Get busy. And do the work of the Lord and watch him blow your mind. Don't forget my testimony part 3 that I'm telling you, you don't want to miss it. Because it's going to be a conversation. You're going to have a conversation about it. I guarantee you. And if you know me, we can talk about it. Because I haven't talked to anybody about it. Nobody knows this part of my story. Not even my sister friends, Tanya and Keisha. Don't nobody know this part of the story. Only Kim. And now I'm letting the world know. So, tune in tonight, part 3. So until we meet again on Monday in the AM, be beautifully blessed. And go and be your great self and get connected to God. And he'll bless you and keep you and shine his face upon you, and it'll be a gift like none other than you've ever received. So I've been talking a long time now, but this ain't even one of my longer ones. 28:57. This ain't even one of the longest ones, but go and be great. And don't forget my PM with Kim tonight is in lieu of my Saturday sermonette. So that's why I just gave you my Sunday charge. And then in addition to the Sunday charge, I forgot to tell you, get up, read your devotional, read you some scripture, pray, put you some praise and worship music on while you're getting ready, and go into the church already in worship mode, already in praise mode, already connected up and filled with God, so that you don't have to go in there and look around and have somebody get you there. You're already there. And then when you go there and you get you a mighty word, you get you some good music, and you get filled up, it'll equip you to move into your week, and you'll add into your Bible study and your prayer and your your praise and your worship and your study and all of that through the week to get you back through to the next week, because you have a part to do. It ain't if you just holding on, just letting Sunday be your day to let your pastor give you 30-45 minutes of a good word, and you think that's going to just hold you. It's good, but you got a part to do on your own. It ain't your pastor's job to just be everything for you. You got to be something for yourself. All right, y'all, that's it. That's all. Whoo, peace and blessings from my heart to yours. I love you. I love you. I love you. Oh, go and be great today. Oh, let God use you. Oh, just be your best self. Be your best self, and take one step closer to your evolution and your becoming. And each step, you're going to sit taller and taller, and you're going to walk more boldly with that confidence. And life is just going to present itself, and you're just going to grab a hold of all of it, and it's going to be good. All right, y'all. Have a great, a spectacular, sensational, superb Saturday. And check me out this evening, PM with Kim, Testimony Part 3. And then I will see you back here, Lord willing, Monday morning for AM with Kim to do it all again.